This video is kindly sponsored by Squarespace, the all-in-one platform to create your beautiful website and build your brand. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Jess and I love doing DIY, making clothes in a simply but pretty way. In today's video, I'm going to share with you how I make my button-down midi dress with short sleeves and front pocket. This is the perfect everyday dress for fall season, so I hope you will like it and try it out. And let's get started. The first step is making the pattern for the dress. To make the back bodice pattern, I draw a straight line and a horizontal line cutting each other at one point first. From the first straight line, I keep drawing another one 2 cm away from it. From the cutting point between the new straight line and the horizontal line, I mark up 9 cm, which is the half of the next side of the dress that I want. Then drawing a perpendicular line from that mark. The width of this perpendicular line will be 3.5 cm, which is the depth of the neck at the back bodice. Then drawing a straight line from the end of the perpendicular line, it will cut the horizontal line at one point. Connect that cutting point to the mark on the second straight line that you made before to create a slanted line. I mark in the middle of this slanted line before connecting it to the end of the perpendicular line to create another slanted line. Keep marking in the middle of the new slanted line before connecting it to the mark on the second straight line and the cutting point on the horizontal line. Based on it, I draw a curved line to finish the neckline of the back bodice. From the end of the second straight line, I keep making another mark at 17 cm, which is the half of my shoulder side. Then drawing a perpendicular line from that mark. The width of this line will be 2.9 cm, which is 1/10 my shoulder side minus a half centimeter. Then connect the end of that line to the end of the neckline to finish the shoulder line of the back bodice. From the second straight line, I draw another one 24 cm away from it. It's the quarter of my bust side plus 4 cm. It's also the bust line of the back bodice. From the cutting point between this line and the horizontal line, I mark up 21 cm, which is the quarter of my bust side plus 1 cm or more if you want a bigger bodice. Then I continue the perpendicular line on the shoulder to cut the bust line. From the cutting point, I mark inside 1.5 cm. Then connect that mark to the end of the shoulder line to create a slanted line. I mark in the middle of this line after that, then connecting that mark to the mark on the bust line that I made before. I keep marking in the middle of the new slanted line before connecting it to the end of the first slanted line. Keep marking in the middle of the new one before connecting it to the mark on the bust line in the middle of the first slanted line. Based on it, I draw a curved line to finish the sleeve line of the back bodice. From the second straight line, I keep drawing another one 44 cm away from it. It's the length from the shoulder to the belly button. It's the length of the bodice that you want. It's also the waistline of the back bodice. From the cutting point between this new line and the horizontal line, I mark up 20 cm, which is a quarter of my bust side. Then connect that mark to the end of the sleeve line to create the side line of the back bodice. After that, I mark in the middle of the waistline before drawing a horizontal line through it and cutting the bust line. From that mark, I also make 2 more marks at 1 cm to side of it. Then connect them to the cutting point on the bust line to create the dot at the back bodice of the dress. Add in 1 cm seam allowance, and after that, accept the horizontal line as you will cut this pattern in faux fabric. And here is the back bodice pattern after cutting. Moving to the front bodice pattern, I will create it from the back bodice pattern. Instead of creating the shoulder line from the second straight line, I do it at the first one. From the cutting point between the continuous perpendicular line on the shoulder and the bust line, I mark in 2.5 centimeter instead of 1.5 centimeter like the back bodice. Then I create a sleeve line for the front bodice in the similar way that I did at the back bodice. From the end of the bust line, I mark up 9 cm, which is 1/10 my bust size plus 1 cm. Then drawing a horizontal line through that mark and cutting the waistline. From that mark, I mark down 3 cm on the horizontal line I just created. From the cutting point with the waistline, I make 2 more masks at 1 cm to side of it. Then connecting them to the mask on the horizontal line that I just made before to create the dot at the front bodice of the dress. From the first horizontal line, I draw another one at 2 cm outside of it to create a button and the buttonhole area. 2 cm is the half of the width of that area that I want. From the first straight line, I mark at 15 cm on the horizontal line. It's the dip of the front neck that I want. Then connect this mark to the end of the shoulder line. Based on it, I draw a slightly curved line to finish the neckline of the front bodice. Add in 1 cm seam allowance for it after that, and here's the front bodice pattern after cutting. Moving to the sleeve pattern, I measure the total width of the sleeve line at the front and the back bodice pattern that I just created. Then I draw a straight line and a horizontal line cutting each other. From the cutting point, I mark at 13 cm on the horizontal line. It's 1/5 my bust size minus 3 cm. Then draw a slanted line with 24 cm width and cut the straight line. 24 cm is the half of the total width of the sleeve line at the front and the back bodice that I just checked before, plus 3 cm for the little puffy I want to create at the top of the sleeve later. I divide this slanted line into 3 equal parts. From the middle of the first 2 parts, I draw an outside perpendicular line with 2 cm length. From the middle of the third equal part, I draw an inside perpendicular line with a half centimeter width. Then drawing a curved line, go through this mark to create the sleeve line for the sleeve pattern. From the top of the sleeve line, I mark at 30 cm on the horizontal line. It's the length from the shoulder to above the elbow. It's also the length of the sleeve that I want. Then drawing a straight line, go through that mark. After that, I mark up 17 cm on the new straight line. It's the half of the width at the end of the sleeve that I want. Make sure it's bigger than the width of your arm. Then connect that mark to the end of the sleeve line to create the underarm big line of the sleeve pattern. I make a big curve after that to make it nicer. Add in 1 cm for seam allowance after that, except the horizontal line, and you will cut this pattern in full fabric. And here's the sleeve pattern after cutting. Moving to the skirt pattern, here's the front and the back skirt pattern. Before making the dress, let's take a break to get to know about our sponsor today. After making my wedding website with Squarespace, I found out that it's super easy to create a website with a stunning result. So I decided to make a new look for my website, jessdang.com, because I plan to have a lot of exciting things to share with you guys in the future. In case you don't know yet, Squarespace is the all-in-one platform to create your beautiful website and build your brand. So if you're looking for a platform that is easy to use and help you to create your website quickly, I highly recommend you to check out Squarespace. Squarespace has a lot of professional design templates for any field you want. You can go for a quick view or check out the demo side of the template to see if it's the one you want to go with or not. One thing I like on Squarespace is that all the templates are customizable. Based on the current template, you can make changes for the color, the size, or the position of any section on your website, so that you can customize the website to fit your style easily. Another feature on Squarespace that I really like is the pre-designed layout for the new page. because I'm a perfectionist, so usually the templates won't have all the section that I want to have on my website, and the pre-design layout just saves so much of my time because it's have everything I want, so I don't have to spend more time creating new one. The layout for the video page is my favorite on Squarespace. It's helped me organize all my video tutorial by categories. And the layout also makes it so easy for the viewer to find the video they want. It also has the description area where I can add more information for the video to share more detail of my tutorial. So if you want to create your beautiful website and build your brand, head to squarespace.com for a free trial. You can try it out yourself first to see how easy it is. And when you're ready to launch your website, head to squarespace.com/JessDang to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Thank you Squarespace for helping me create my beautiful website and supporting my channel. To make this dress, I use 3 meters of check cotton fabric in brown color. I start making the bodice pattern of the dress first. After cutting the front and the back bodice, copy the dots from the pattern to the fabric and sew to finish the dot there. After that, I connect the front and the back bodice together at the shoulder and two sides. Moving to the sleeve, I connect two underarm big lines together first. After that, I cut a rectangle with 8 cm length, which is 2 times the width of the fold fabric at the end of the sleeve that I want, plus 2 cm for seam allowance, and 26 cm width, which is the same as the width at the end of the sleeve. I connect two length lines of the rectangle together to create a circle fabric first. After that, I connect it to the end of the sleeve. After sewing, I turn the circle fabric to the right side of the sleeve. Then I fold the end of the circle fabric inside around 1 cm first, then keep folding it over the first seam and sewing. And here's how you fold the end of the sleeve after that. At the top of the sleeve, I make a loose seam first, then I create the gathering fabric there later. Make sure the gathering fabric is the top of the sleeve, and the final width of the sleeve line will be the same at the front and the back bodice, so you can connect them together later. And we will finish the bottom part of the dress after sewing. Moving to the skirt part, I cut a rectangle with 20 cm width, which is the width of the front pocket that I want, plus 2 cm, and 26 cm length, which is the depth of the front pocket that I want, plus 5 cm. From the top width line, I draw a line at 7 cm under it. After that, I fold the top width line in around 1 cm first, then keep folding it to the line just drew before, and sewing. After that, I use the iron to create the fold fabric for the pocket. From the top width line of the front skirt part, I mark it in the middle first, then drawing a straight line down 16 cm length. It will be the position of the front pocket that I want. Adding the pocket there and sewing. Doing the same for the other piece of the front skirt part. Now I'm connecting the front and the back of the skirt part together at two sides and sewing. At the top of the skirt, I make a loose seam first, then I create a gathering fabric there later. The final width of the gathering fabric will be the same with the width at the end of the bodice, so you can connect them together later. To finish the button and the buttonhole area, I cut a long fabric line with 6 cm width, which is the width of the button and the buttonhole area that I want, plus 2 cm for seam allowance, and a little longer than the length from the bodice to the end of the skirt. I connect one side of the long fabric to the dress first. At the top of the bodice, which is also the end of the front neck, I fold the other side of the fabric inside 1 cm first, then add in another long fabric line with 3 cm width there, to continue the hem for the neck of the dress. I also do the same at the end of the dress. After sewing, I fold the other side of the long fabric line inside around 1 cm first, then keep folding it over the first seam and make the second seam. Doing similar for all fabric lines from the neck to the button and the buttonhole area. At the end of the dress, I finish it by folding the end fabric inside 2 times with 1 cm each time, then sewing. The last step is add in the button and create a buttonhole. And I finished this DIY. Here's my final result. I love how this dress turned out so much. I didn't make it too fit to my body, so it feels so much more comfortable, but still so beautiful. It's just perfect for this season. Hope you like it and try it out. See you next week.